Providing enough nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are crucial for high corn yields, but in order to really maximize production, these nutrients need to be in the proper ratios. Purdue and Kansas State Universities reviewed more than 150 corn studies spanning 100 years in the U.S. and other regions and found that specific uptake ratios of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium were associated with high yields, regardless of where the corn was grown. The highest corn yields, if there are no other limiting factors, are when nitrogen and potassium uptake is in a 1-to-1 ratio and nitrogen and phosphorus uptake is in a 5-to-1 ratio, says Ignacio Ciampiti, a crop physiologist and nutritionist for Kansas State University. Having the right nutrient balance within plants is more important to increasing yields than just applying extra nitrogen. He explains that these ratios apply to above-ground portions of the corn soon after physiological maturity. At other growth stages, the ratios are different. Based on these findings, growers need to be as concerned about the amount of potassium available to their plants as they are about nitrogen, says Purdue University agronomist Tony Venn. Corn's demand for nitrogen and potassium is similar, he says. We need to focus on the nitrogen to potassium balance because that's where we have the greatest efficiency in terms of application, especially in the eastern corn belt. Ciampiti says corn absorbs about 80 to 90% of its total season potassium amount by the flowering stage, but only 50 to 60% of its total season nitrogen uptake. As the season progresses, the ratio gets larger, so by maturity, the ratio is 1-to-1. The opposite occurs with phosphorus. Accumulation is greatest later in the season. Venn says corn accumulates most of the phosphorus in the kernels, and the proportionately later phosphorus uptake means the nitrogen to phosphorus ratio declines as the season progresses. Ciampiti adds that corn yield level is not strictly related to the nitrogen-phosphorus balance, but in high-yield potential systems, the 5-to-1 ratio is the best. While focusing on nutrient balance will help increase corn yields, Venn and Ciampiti say that an integrated approach to corn yield improvement that includes genetics and management is key to making it happen. To learn more, see the paper Understanding Global and Historical Nutrient Use Efficiencies for Closing Maize Yield Gaps by Venn and Ciampiti in Agronomy Journal. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you have a wonderful week.